With both teams heading into this conference with high hopes, missing the finals by just an inch was a big, big heartbreak for both SAVOUGE and CIGNAL. Now, as they say, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. And for both teams, the pain only makes them want that bronze medal more. With heart and pride on the line, who will bring home another medal to their name? We'll find out in just a few minutes. It is the CIGNAL Super Spikers going up against the SAVOUGE Aesthetics Spin Doctors. Only here in the Spikers Turf, where power meets passion.
It is the final day of competitions in your 2025 Spikers Turf Invitational Conference, and the podium, a spot there will be up for grabs here in this matchup as we have the bronze medal matchup between the CIGNAL Super Spikers and the SAVOUGE Spin Doctors, followed by our championship match between the Crisscross King Crunchers going up against Kendall University. We thank you for your continued and constant support of Spikers Turf. One last game day for you, Carlo Pimentuan with Ms. Noreen Go on the call. And Noreen, these two teams, very different stories heading into this matchup. SAVOUGE are just waiting to finally break that glass ceiling and emerge as one of the top teams in the finals. Meanwhile, for CIGNAL, a very different story. This is a situation that they are not too familiar with.
Yeah, but Carla, I'm just excited to be here and humbled to be able to cover this game. I'm excited because this is going to be an epic match between these two teams. Bronze medal up for grabs.
That is almost guaranteed, even if their first two meetings ended up as 3-0 sweeps. Expect this to be a lot different with a bronze medal on the line. Again, for CIGNAL, the Super Spikers, more often than not in their entire history here in Spikers Turf, they finish at number 1 or number 2. 15 straight podium finishes. It's the first time that they won't be competing in the championship in 8 conferences here in Spikers Turf.
Yeah, interestingly enough, the only time they missed the podium was their debut in 2015. After that, they've been competing. And also, interestingly enough, I'm just so excited to be here. The last time they played for bronze was 2018. After that, 8 consecutive finals appearances, 5 titles. But that streak ends today. However, they want to continue their streak of podium finishes and make 15-16.
Well, you know, a bronze medal is much better than no medal at all. That is the hope for the CIGNAL Super Spikers, and they will once again be led by Jao Umandal, this spectacular scorer. He gave us a lot of highlights in the semifinals specifically, where he emerged as one of our top scorers. Umandal should be a marked man on defense for the Spin Doctors.
Well, he's always been the marked man for CIGNAL, however, especially now because you have Louis Ramirez, Lloyd Josephat, Vince Lorenzo, Joshua Retamar with Alas Pilipinas. So the more they're going to go to him. He had monster numbers, 90 points, but his lowest output, Carlo, was against SAVOUGE at 9 points. So you know today he's out for blood.
And he will surely want a big-time bounce-back performance, and so the rest of the CIGNAL Super Spikers as they meet up for the third time this conference against the SAVOUGE Spin Doctors, who have been, again, just knocking at the door. They're right there. They're just a few steps away from finally qualifying for the championship. Unfortunately for them, a couple of chances they missed out on, particularly that matchup against the Crisscross King Crunchers. Winning that ball game would have sent them straight into the finals, but it was not meant to be.
It was not meant to be, and you feel for the squad. They had a great start, 3 straight wins, and then 2 tight losses. They were 1 win away from making to the finals, but you said, Carlo, which is true, it's not meant to be, but you also said a podium finish, so it's better than none.
Of course, Mark Calado will be standing front and center for the SAVOUGE Spin Doctors. He linked up with the squad because he was eager to get an opportunity to play at his full potential, and that is exactly what he has been doing with the SAVOUGE Spin Doctors.
Well, a lot of people said he started out slow this conference, but we always say it's not how you start, it's how you finish. And he had monster numbers, 85 points, 78 attacks, 7 blocks, and he was again 1 game short or 1 win short of bringing his team to the finals. But this is a great matchup. Jao Mandal against Mark Calado. I'm going to look to that later.
Oh, for sure. Guaranteed firefight between those two spectacular athletes. We invite you to join our discussions by using the hashtag SpikersTurf2025. Now, it's time to get things going. It's our final day of competitions in the Invitationals, and the medals will be up for grabs here today as we send it over to our venue announcer for the introduction
Good
of our
afternoon,
two
ladies
teams.
and gentlemen. Welcome to the Playtime Philoil Center in San Juan City and the battle for the bronze of our 2025 Invitational Conference of the Spikers Turf, where power meets passion. Match number 44 features our SAVOUGE Aesthetics Spin Doctors and our CIGNAL Super Spikers. Presenting our national officials for this match. First referee, Mr. Erlindo Eusebio. Second referee, Mr. Joffer Educado. Let us welcome our starting lineup for our SAVOUGE Aesthetics Spin Doctors. Let's begin with their team captain, who wears jersey number 1, Sherwin Caritativo. At number 4, Gils Jeffer Torres. Wearing jersey number 6, Mark Frederick Calado. At number 10, Norwell Sanama. Number 11, John Christian Inarciso. And number 23, Daniel Nicolas. Starting liberos, number 5, Rico Marius Marmeto. And head coach, Sydney Calderon. Calling on our CIGNAL Super Spikers. Team captain with jersey number 8, John Paul Bugawan. At number 9, J-Rack De La Noche. Wearing jersey number 10, Wendell Miguel. At number 11, Joshua Omandal. Number 15, Martin Bugawan. And number 18, Chris Sian Silang. Starting libero is number 12, Van Tracy Prudenciado. Head coach, Mr. Dexter Clamore. This is match number 44, the battle for the bronze. Season 8, the Invitational Conference of the Spikers Turf, where power meets passion.
And your starters for this matchup, they're ready for the prime time. Sanama, Caritativo Torres, Nicolas Calado, Narciso, and Marmeto as the opening unit. On the other side, it will be De La Noche Bugawan. Well, both Bugawans alongside Miguel Silang Umandal and Prudenciado as the squad for Coach Dexter Clamore. Ready to get things going here inside the Philoil Center in San Juan. Again, we thank you for joining us. Carlo Pamintuan, Miss Noreen go on the call. Doreen Soy Baguio is our courtside reporter, bringing you the action as we get things started here in our bronze medal match. And immediately, Jao Umandal introduces himself to SAVOUGE once again.
Oh, we did say in the pregame he is going to be out for blood today, and you said a good start for Jao Umandal. For me today, it should be played without pressure, more for pride.
Calado, the soft touch picked up. Oh, they go to a nice middle attack. Quick courtesy of JP Bugawan.
They need to start that. If you're CIGNAL, you want to make sure you send a message across, and everyone's going to get a touch. So the blockers, you have to keep guessing who you're going to defend.
I mean, I'm sure they had a long conversation talking about Signal after losing 3-0 in the semifinals, because that usually doesn't happen with a team as good as Signal.
I agree, but SAVOUGE was just the better team that day. They started out strong, 3 straight wins, but they fell short for the finals appearance. But this is going to be good for them.
That will be a mistake from the service area versus Mark Calado. So it will be another point for the Signal Super Spikers. Coach Sidney looking on, wanting a podium finish for the Spin Doctors.
But you know, Carlo, like when you emphasize that Mark Calado found a new team because he wanted to, you know, play. He wanted to bring out his talent and to the limit of his potential. And yeah, I mean, look where SAVOUGE is.
Yep. Certainly a big reason for their surge currently, and so is this guy, Sherwin Caritativo, scoring his first point.
Well, you and I, we were talking about it in the office earlier, and you did say Caritativo is going to have a big game today.
Because in as much as Calado could be their #1 scorer, it feels like the emotional leader is Caritativo.
Yeah, I agree. And Caritativo was in tears after that loss to Kenday.
You see the spirit of the squad really resides with Caritativo. Good pickup by Prudenciado from the back now. Miguel defended, but they won't be able to keep it alive.
Ever reliable Wendell Miguel. Not the first option normally because you have Jao Mandal or Louis Ramirez, but when you need a point, he delivers.
So it will be Jao Umandal serving now for the Signal Super Spikers.
Yeah, but then, you know, when you talk about Signal and not making it to the finals, you know, in all these tournaments, it's actually something you welcome, you know. Different teams get better, and then we have a guest team as well. So you want to see the level of competition really go higher a notch every single conference.
Mandal with the first touch. They go to Wendell Miguel.
Good
dive. Miguel, one more try. Just tossing it across. Now from the back row, Calado. That is too much.
Well, it took something off of that. But that follow through was pretty flat.
Calado was asking for a challenge, but Coach Sidney said, no, it was outside. Will not waste one this early.
And Coach Sidney has a better vantage point, I guess.
Oh, they go to the quick, well-timed though, by Martin Bugawan. Unfortunately for him, the block goes outside, so that's a point for the Spin Doctors.
That's a great set, really, because Signal knows your first option is Mark Calado and Shawi Caritativo. You have to also counter that by running the middles. Oh, good dig.
Yeah, Caritativo with it. From the other side now, cross-court hit is wide against Sanama, who is also asking for a challenge. Caritativo says, no.
No. Coach Sidney says, no. Well, they have to be careful, SAVOUGE, with these errors. You have the opportunity to score. You got to make the most of these opportunities.
No good float serve there. Almost picking up a point with Signal.
Oh, good save.
Now Miguel will attack. Took off power from that hit. To the other side we go. Calado is denied.
Well, blocking has been the strength of Signal. If they can use that in today's game, they're going to give SAVOUGE tons of problems. Look at the reach over the net.
Really pushing up on that block. Where will NRC go? That is a good idea. Torres scoring again.
What can you call that hit? A windmill sort of hit? It's like that dunks in basketball.
Yep.
Whatever works.
The hang time coming from Torres.
Well, Torres is another player who transferred because he wants to play.
Yeah, sure. Because it's different for everyone, right? I mean, there are people who will be okay playing a secondary role for a pack team. as long as you get to compete for championships. There are people like Mark Calado saying, no, I really want to take matters into my own hands. But meanwhile, it will be the Signal Super Spikers holding an 8-5 advantage as he had their first technical timeout in the first set.
You're still watching the Spikers Turf Invitational Conference. Carlo and Norina, pag-usapan nyo kanina that 2018 pa was the last time that Signal played in a bronze medal match in the Spikers Turf. So this is really unfamiliar territory for them. So unfamiliar that even though Coach Dex is big on speeches in team huddles, nung nalaman nila that they're not making it to the finals, Coach Dex was speechless. At ayon sa kanila, even until now, the team still feels the sting. Pero dahil nga masakit, sabi ni Coach, mas maaalala nila to. They will remember it as they go out there tonight. They will remember it moving forward to the next conferences. And even though it's not gold, they want to bring home the bronze tonight as a testament that despite all odds, Signal can and will find their way back to their winning ways. Carlo and Noreen.
Thank you for that report, Doreen. They will remember it dahil ayaw mo nang balikan, di ba? You don't want to ever leave yourself in this type of situation again if you're Signal. Kaya naman bubuhos talaga to try and win that bronze medal. And you can see the aggression coming from Jao Mandal.
Yeah, and especially if they know it's their own doing.
Yeah.
You know, it's something you can control, but you just didn't play well. So yeah, I mean, it's a learning experience.
Of course, that tough 5-set loss to the Crisscross King Crunchers in the semi-final round. That block will once again go out, but even if, diba, kahit na lumalabas yung mga block, you're liking how you're getting touches if you're the defensive Signal.
Yeah, that's why SAVOUGE is finding ways, really. They're putting Mark Calado at the hitting end of combination plays because they know they have to really get him going.
Ooh, that is a strong hit.
You see, we can feel the energy of all these players. More for Signal or from Signal.
Bugawan with a mighty hit to extend their lead even further, enforcing this time out coming from Coach Sydney.
Natin lahat, matamaan kayo dyan or anuman, bumawi tayo. Let's work hard on our receive para maka-combination play tayo kasi kahit tatlong blocker nila tumatalsik yung bola. Let's go, let's go! What the hell?
Sabi ni Coach Sydney, kahit matamaan na kayo, pwedeng pa-repair. So SAVOUGE, pwedeng paulit, di ba? Pwedeng ayusin.
Ako bahala.
But that is the kind of effort that is required coming from the SAVOUGE Spin Doctors. Meanwhile, another service error, yan lang yung kailangan na iwasan itong Signal Super Spikers. Don't give up 3 points to the other side.
Yeah, but you see the game plan of Coach Sydney. They need to pass because you want to go to this combination play as respect to the blocking of Signal.
But the middles are certainly activated. This time it's JP Bogawan scoring to extend their lead to 5.
All systems go for Signal so far here in the first set.
Yeah. So they had a flat start in their semifinals meeting against the Spin Doctors, losing that one 25-16. As we get a service ace. The first of this matchup coming from De La Noche.
That's a great target zone or target area. Even Marmeta said it was good. Corner.
Tulong-tulong, kantong-kanto.
Those are the hardest to get.
Yun yung dadasalan mo na lang nalalabas eh, di ba?
Konting hangin lang.
Picked up by Calado. The push is sent back by JP Bogawan. Caritativo scores off the block.
And playing it smart, just hitting it off the blocker's hand. But I like the way Calado screamed at his teammates saying, exact Toto, I gave you a perfect pass. We got a score here.
Triple block. Try and deny Caritativo, but finding a way through. Good reception. But that one slowed down by the tape of the net. Caritativo picked up. Now to the other side. That block goes out against Signal.
Well, even if SAVOUGE is down here in the first set, appreciate from this squad is they're fighting. You know, they're trying to find ways to score and get back into this game.
Now it will be the Super Spikers' turn to call their own timeout, as they can see the fight back coming from SAVOUGE is quickly coming.
Mahina bumlock doon. Kailangan, habaan mo lang yung palo. Kung gusto mong ganun, kababa yung set. Pasukan mo kagad. Yes, bilisan mo kagad. Pasa ulit. Side out. Hindi tayo pwedeng nadadalawa, natatatluhan ng side ng break point nila.
Yes, coach.
Pasa lang ulit. No the advantage, pero karikatibo yung blocker nito. Kahit back. Let's go.
Let's go. Hey, Signal!
You already mentioned, Noreen, how they're missing players who are currently training with our national team. And it should be fun as the action heads to Bangkok this coming December for the Southeast Asian Games.
I heard you're going.
Oh, yeah. Very lucky to be witnessing our Filipino athletes, our biggest contingent yet to the SEA Games. As we have another block that goes out versus Signal. We see a double substitution. Casanya and Rotter will check in for the first time.
Well, you see the depth of the bench in Signal. You have 4 players with Las Filipinas, but you have Steve Rotter coming off the bench.
Yep.
What? What?
And Casanya
Casanya.
has won championships as a top setter for Signal. Rotter first touch. Now that hit off the block and out. The point for the Super Spikers.
Well, the semifinals actually has been good for Steve Rotter.
Maglinaw coming in, replacing Chao Mandal.
Serve specialist. I mean, we've seen him ever since he was in LaSalle, and together with Captain, their service game was really, really way up there.
One hand set, picked up by Prudenciado. They go back to Rotter again off the block and out.
And he gives a salute.
He's just a ball of energy. I mean, Rotter comes into the ball game, immediately makes an impact.
Well, he was also part of Alas before in the tournament, so we know the talent is there.
Another good serve from Maglinaw. They go to the quick. Now sent back by JP Bugawan. Caritativo outsmarting the defense.
Outstretched arms of Rotter, but it is the angle of Caritativo that prevailed.
Kasi alam mo, wala nang lakas tong atake ni Caritativo. You know that it won't be too strong. The set was not up there.
Yeah. So make do.
Split-second adjustments. That is where the IQ really shines from these players.
Paglaon is in for SAVOUGE.
Miguel off the block and out.
Both teams using the blockers to their advantage.
Second technical timeout of our first set. 16-11, a 5-point lead for Signal.
Number 1 ko is si Kuya Jude Garcia. Kasi po, siya po talaga yung nag-train po sa amin dati sa Pangasinan at kababayan po siya. And pangalawa ko po si Kuya Greg Dolor po. Siya po yung kababayan ko din po siya. Siya din po nagtuturo sa amin dati sa Umingan. Tapos pangatlo ko is si Hero Austria na nandiyan po palagi sa SAVOUGE na team captain. Pangapat ko si Gil Torres na ano ko lagi sa training, mga kachikahan. And panglima ko is si Rico Marmeto, si BFF ko.
Caritativo and the rest of the SAVOUGE Pin Doctors Looking for an unforgettable performance as we see Tsuyama Hideyuki, the head coach of Kinda University, already here in the venue.
Very early.
Kindai will go up against the Crisscross King Crunchers. Later today for our championship match, it will be a net touch, net fault versus Signal as they donate a point to SAVOUGE.
Yeah, Luis Gamban also in. And you know, the little minutes that Luis Gamban has, she gives it her all. She's very effective.
Off the block and out once again. And that has been the MO for Rotter here in this first set.
But you did mention you like that the blockers are there for both teams, for that matter. The challenge is there. It's just great hitting by both these teams.
Mark Calado a bit discomfort on his right shoulder. Let's see if he'll be okay to play on. Good dig from Rotter. Now Miguel will have the chance to attack. Picked up by Marmeto. From the back, Caritativo gets through.
McLeod doing a good job in that setting department. Continuing to try to add variety to their offense.
Mixing it up, keeping the defense guessing, coming from Signal. Good serve. That one straight to the net, coming from Rotter. A little low from Casanya. As we get the double substitution back, Cian Silang and Jerac de la Noche coming in for Rotter and Casanya.
Quality minutes for Rotter and Casanya. One error, but he had far more contributions than errors.
This is by no means a comfortable lead for the Signal Super Spikers. Wendell Miguel delivers cross court.
Again, when you need a point, you go to Wendell Miguel. So effective.
Now Mandal checking back in for Maglinaw to join De La Noche and Martin Bugawan out front for Signal.
That's a strong front line for Signal.
That hit, cross court, out, coming from Calado.
Calado has to be, he should not be tentative. You know, when he's out to hit, you hit.
You need an aggressive Mark Calado throughout this ball game.
Yeah. If you get blocked, so be it, but you don't want to see these hitting errors.
Can't hesitate in pulling the trigger. Not when a spot in the podium is up for grabs. And Narciso, to Sanama, picked up by Miguel. They keep it alive. Umandal, tough angle. As he was very close to the antenna, had to put some distance on it and Saplong.
That's what you want to see, you know. Normally, people will just drop it, right? But Umandal is like in a different mental zone.
Andiyan ka na rin lang eh. Hampasin mo na, di ba?
Exactly.
Second try, still out for Mandal, testing that angle and allowing SAVOUGE to creep closer. Only down by 3.
And the errors, creeping in for Signal. They have to be cautious.
And Narciso serving now. Go back to Miguel, off the block. Calado could have if he reacted quickly enough. Oh, sorry, that was De La Noche. 20-16 as Martin Bugawan serves.
Short serve.
That's kept alive. Umandal still going back to that angle. Calado keeps it in play. Marmeto sends it across. Miguel will set. De La Noche will score another point. Likes that angle.
Yeah, that's a strength in their offense. If Umandal is committing errors, you can go to practically everyone else.
And this point will force a timeout coming from the Spin Doctors. We will listen in.
lang kayo sa likod, may coverage naman tayo eh. Magda-drop ball sila. Magpapa-check ball, may hahabol naman ng bola. Huwag nyo nang ipilit. Kung hindi natin kayang ganun eh, nagkaka-error lang tayo eh. Pa-deflect na lang natin.
Babawi na malayo pa yan. Try. One day!
So the reminder from Coach Sydney, maybe test out yung balance ng aggression of your blocks. Dahil pag nagbago masyado yung angulo, it's more difficult to read.
And yeah, and Coach Sydney knows the importance of a monster block. You know, it really will uplift your morale as a team, number two, and kind of intimidate your opponents, which is what you need to do.
Oh, speaking of blocking, how about that?
Yeah.
De La Noche and JP Bugawan combining for that two-man wall. I think it was De La Noche who finally got a touch on it.
Sanama's asking for a higher set.
Calado answering right back, but they can't allow Signal to get side out immediately. You can't settle for 1 point at a time.
Yeah.
They need a run here.
When Bill Miguel had a hand at that, he knew just a little movement from his position. Oh, good dig.
Caritativo. Oh, outsmarts the defense.
Well, we're surprised no blockers went up for that. It's hitting practice for Shawi Caritativo. You don't do that. You don't do that. Look at that.
That's wide open. Prudensado had no chance. Umandal. Again, cooking with that attack, extending their lead. So more comfortable 5 points at this stage.
Oh, Silang gave a perfect set. Look at that. One-on-one for Jao Umandal.
Good serve coming from De La Noche. Now Caritativo is blocked. This time it is JP Bugawan who scores on the kill.
Well, you can say that's their strength, and so far they've adjusted spectacularly towards the end of this first set. Couple of blocks.
Set point now for the Signal Super Spikers. Mighty serve, and that is an ace. Explosive service coming from De La Noche. 2 aces here in the first set, and capping this performance to score on our first set of this bronze medal match.
Yeah, a couple of aces, couple of blocks, what have you.
A lot of adjustments coming from the side of the SAVOUGE Pin Doctors. Let's see how they can try to bounce back, as it will be the Signal Super Spikers claiming our opening here in this battle for third. (25-18), a 7-point win in set 1 for the Signal Super Spikers. And in this set, you never really felt like Signal lost control. Even if SAVOUGE is competitive, they hung in They stayed right there, but it was Signal that was in control of the first set.
Yeah, they look like a team on a mission, really. No, they want 16 consecutive podium finishes, and they're showing that. We felt the energy, the level of their energy was high, and you said they maintained it. They're in control of the first set, and the numbers will speak of that. Attacks, blocks, serves. Their only weakness is the errors that piled up towards that middle part when SAVOUGE was trying to make a run.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
the way they responded was good for them as they actually take the first set. Easier than expected. We expected a very close first set, but Signal just at a different level at this point. But SAVOUGE, adjustments. You just need to adjust and get your energy. You need to lift your energy.
You can see the big names not seeing action for the Signal Super Spikers, including top setter Owa Retamar. Meanwhile, Hyundai University players already in attendance, waiting for their opportunity to compete for the championship against the Crisscross King Crunchers later on. 3 blocks, 3 aces, 6 points compared to nothing from that department for SAVOUGE. Will this be a continuing theme for Signal here in this match?
Well, you know Signal, after not making it to the finals, after quite some time in that run, they really have an axe to grind.
Yeah.
SAVOUGE, you need to, think about how you beat the same team in the semifinals. You proved that you can.
Yeah, yeah.
So you gotta make the changes at here in the second set.
Not just beat them, they swept them.
They
3-0.
swept them. They didn't just beat them, they pounded
Yeah.
them to the ground.
Meanwhile, Nicolas scoring the first point. And Spin Doctors quickly tied by Martin Bugawan.
Boy, he's mad. Right? Martin Bugawan, every time he hits it, it's like he wants to hit something. He wants to break something.
So talbong ng bola rin si Martin Bugawan. Meanwhile, Miguel serving. Calado puts it straight to Prodenciado as he scores his first point of the second set.
That's what we're talking about. We're talking about Mark Calado having to hit like that.
Yeah, yeah.
No ifs, ands, or buts.
Workable first ball there, but middle attack was slowed down by the SAVOUGE defense. Good block. Can be kept alive. That will be another point for Umandal.
Yeah, Josh Mandal showing us that he's not all offense. He can block as well. Good read. Look at that. Perfect read by Mark Calado. At by Jao Mandal.
Martin Bugawan now serving. Score tied at 2 apiece. Ooh, that is mighty coming from Sanama.
It wasn't the most solid of hits, but it's going to work. Great set there by NRCC.
That guy's an athlete. I mean, Sanama can jump with him. Mandal tosses it across, picked up by Sanama. And Narciso goes behind. Good dive from Prodenciado. Jao Mandal keeps it in play. Oh, nice pancake save from Prodenciado. But this rally continues. That will be a point for JP Bugawan.
Boy, you got to credit that point to Jao Mandal. We were looking at him, and he got caught in between the table and the A-balls.
Yeah.
So he's holding on to his hand. But anyway, they get the point.
I remember a championship match where Jao Mandal jumped into us, actually. Because that's the type of player he is,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Meanwhile, we have a challenge reaching beyond. First time we have, actually, a challenge here in this matchup.
Yeah, Coach Sydney a bit conservative with her challenges today.
Yung mga pa-out-out kanina, ayaw niyang tawagan. But now, it could be a case for it. It's always awkward when it's that kind of point, right?
And if it's that close to the net,
High five up top. Yes,
I
that's
like
reached
that. I like
beyond.
that, Carlo. High five up top.
A successful challenge coming from the Spin Doctors as they will get that point.
It's a good start for the Spin Doctors.
Umandal of that clean reception from Wendell Miguel gets an opportunity to attack clean.
Did you see that hang time? He waited for the right timing, looking at the blockers before hitting it. You see that? It's like he waited for the blockers.
Yep.
I'm gonna wait till they're on their way down.
And Narciso, of course, not the tallest of blockers out there, but Calado will not be denied.
Calado is playing Mark Calado games right now. Hitting Mark Calado hits.
No more soft touches. Now all power coming from Mark Calado. Sanama will serve.
Oh, what a dig!
Calado picked up by Miguel. And this rally will continue. They go back to Umandal.
Oh, good save.
Tremendous recovery. Umandal just tosses it across. Calado keeps it in play. Caritativo is rejected by Bugawan.
Boy, you gotta see that again. When we talk about blocking 101, you see the form, the technique of JP Bugawan. That is how you block. Look at how he
Chance Payong.
payong. Yeah, but you give credit to the defense of both these teams.
Yeah, the floor defense has been really active. As you see the numbers of Jao Mandan.
Oh.
Made a mistake earlier, will not make another mistake. Meanwhile, a back row attack proves effective for Sanama.
What we like right now from SAVOUGE is we talked about them having to play at a different level, right? Their energy is there. Now you're feeling it. So they're doing a good job in actually sustaining a 2-point advantage.
They gave that point quickly right back. Yun yung nakakapanghinayang eh. Ang tagal mong tinrabaho, right? You work so hard to get a point and then
You throw it away.
service error. 6-5, a 1-point lead for the Spin Doctors.
Good pass.
Miguel won't score just yet. Oh, that was a smart attack.
Good save, though.
And Narciso sets it up. Caritativo hammers it home.
Combination play in there. You saw Dan Nicolas going as a decoy. Exactly. You're right. They work hard for the points as a bunch.
Floor defense, attacking the scrambling. Oh, combination play there. I don't think they worked on that perfectly. Meanwhile, Caritativo with another chance. Back-to-back points as we march towards the first technical timeout of the second set. A 3-point lead for the SAVOUGE Spin Doctors, 8-5 against Signal.
here in the Spikers Turf Invitational Conference. After their loss to Kendall University, Coach Sydney expressed online the team's heartbreak of missing the finals, especially as this is the closest they have ever gotten. Sabi nga ni Coach Sydney, akala nila ito na talaga. Ito na ang conference at they will make it to the finals for the very first time. Kaya naman, Noreen and Carlo, after that game, talagang umiyak sila sa dugout because it halted the hope that they had throughout the conference. But because they have a bronze medal to defend, they had to move on quickly. At sabi nga ni Coach, SAVOUGE will fight tooth and nail for that bronze. Hindi bilang consolation, but because they have proven this conference that they are a team worthy of it. Carlo and Noreen.
Oh, for sure. We will see them at some point competing for the championship here in Spikers Turf. Meanwhile, we remind you that new season, bigger stories. Aces returns for Season 2 only on the Pilipinas Live app. Download and register now and stream all Pilipinas Live originals anytime, anywhere, and on any device.
As you were saying that, Carlo, Mark Alado back to his scoring ways with a bomb.
And he was a bit hesitant, a bit tentative in the first set. No signs of that now. That would be an overreach. And it will be challenged by Coach Sydney. Already a successful one earlier. Let's see if they'll go 2 for 2.
Of the same challenge.
Yep. I mean, those are the toughest to call. I
Yeah.
mean, it's so difficult. Watching it live action.
I loved it when they added the reaching beyond.
Yeah, yeah.
And the last touch.
Trying to establish a bigger lead will be spin doctors. Yes.
Yeah, it looked settable, right? For
Pwede pang abutin.
yeah.
Pwede pang iwan handset.
Yeah, andyan na eh. Right? You saw the hand of Silang.
So one successful, one unsuccessful.
50% ain't bad.
Sure. Now Wendell Miguel, 5 points in the matchup. His team down by 2. Making something out of it. There was a touch on the block. So point, check ball for Sanama.
Yeah, you're feeling it from Sanama right now. It's like he's taking from the energy of Mark Calado, and now they're like playing Batman and Robin.
Nicolas now serving. Good first ball. Oh, nice blocking coming from SAVOUGE Pin Doctor. Sumandal just tosses it across. Caritativo with the set. Calado will score as there's a net touch anyway against Signal.
Yeah, they were just a bit too eager on that block there. And now you see the respect of Signal's defense with regard to
Calado.
Yeah.
Because he's not hitting anything soft. He's going all out, demanding that triple block from Signal.
And he's playing like he's possessed here in the second set.
Umandal now outsmarts the defense in Narciso, just a tad short.
A tad bit late.
Substitution here for the Super Spikers as Tuaza will see action for the first time. Now, taka ni Umandal yung depensa doon.
As expected, because Umandal is not all about power. Sometimes he uses, you know, the blockers his hand to score.
Good serve from Buaza. Middle attack, successful for Torres.
Well, Bugawan was there, he read that, but just the right angle for Torres.
Really strong set on the bounce back coming from SAVOUGE, but that combination unstoppable for Umandal.
You know, the speed of his hit, you know, the blockers just on their way up and then he just like slapped it down.
So Aurora coming in for their setter. Who will set?
They all can actually.
Miguel? Well, let's see.
Let's see.
Let us wait for them to answer as De La Noche serves. the confidence is so high for SAVOUGE as Casanya checks in now, replacing De La Noche.
Yeah, they added Steve Rotter there, obviously for blocking purposes, but Sanama just erased that.
Ooh, this could be the first service ace, but no, Prudenciado. Make sure that it is kept alive. From the back, Sanama picked up by Miguel. Bump set, Rotter.
Oh, good
Can't score
reach.
yet. Caritativo picked up by Miguel from behind. Rotter, cross court.
That was just a smart hit from Steve Rotter. Took some pace off of that.
Again, the floor defense of both these teams. You saw the angle of the blockers veering towards his left side. So the cross court was open.
Yeah. And just enough top spin.
6 points in the match for Jao Mandal.
Oh,
Just serving with pure aggression. Middle attack was blocked. And the blocking working out well for Signal. And Narciso with a hit. Now Rotter taps it over, but that bounces off of him.
Yeah, good defense on the side of SAVOUGE. They read that. You know, when they saw the drop was pretty weak. Yeah.
Rotter apologizing for that mistake as they're down by 4. Miguel
Wow.
pounces.
You know, the thing is, because SAVOUGE knows Miguel is not the first option, the blockers really tend to focus on either Rotter or Bugawan, and then Miguel gets a one-on-one.
Yep, against the center. Perfect opportunity to score as JP Bugawan serves.
Wow.
You could make a mistake, but then their confidence doesn't dip anymore.
Yeah, that's true. And you see what Coach Dexter's doing. He's finding the right blocker, putting in Guaza to try to stop Calado, Sanama, but so far, it's not working.
Miguel against a double. Gets it through, we play on. Caritativo. That hits the antenna point for SAVOUGE.
What a set for SAVOUGE. This second set is
16-11, second technical timeout as SAVOUGE enjoys a 5-point lead.
Back here in the Spikers Turf Invitational Conference. Catching the action with us and supporting their teammates are Alas Pilipinas players Louis Ramirez, Lloyd Josafat, Vince Lorenzo, and Owa Retamar. Kwento ni Louis, they are on a 3-day break after their Taiwan training camp, and next week they'll be flying out already to Thailand for the SEA Games. Aminado si Louis that the frustration is there seeing his teammates play and not being able to help. Pero ang ginagawa daw nila ay binabawi na lang nila sa ensayo for Alas Pilipinas. But they expressed that they're happy to be here, to be supporting their teammates chase the medal in the Spikers Turf before they themselves chase one for the Philippines. Carlo and Noreen.
Thank you so much for that report, Doreen. Of course, they will be here in full support of their teammates. And now there's a bigger calling, of course, to compete for flag and country. Meanwhile, Miguel had to get creative still, pulling a point for Signal.
But you don't envy them. You know, they're here in the venue supporting their team, and
Nanggigigil
they
eh.
also want to play and contribute.
That one too strong coming from Rotter.
And that was flat.
So the substitution, the double, not as effective as in the first set for Rotter and Casanya. Silang and De La Noche are back on the floor for Coach Dex. Guaza denied.
Good read there by Nicolas. You know, he doesn't get a lot of sets because he actually focuses more on defense.
Reading that play like a book. Kill block coming from the SAVOUGE Twin Doctors timeout signal.
Kay J-Rock. Okay, for sure, single block kayo, sinusundat lagi yung middle. Or pwede ka mag-fight. Diskarte mo. Pero kailangan makapasa tayo. May mga bola na pwede nating i-receive by set. Kinukuha pa natin ng ganito kung saan pa tayo pumupunta. Hey! Tsagain natin! Hindi pa tapos. Let's go!
SAVOUGE, again, reminding everyone they did not have a single kill block in the first set. Now that's a big reason why they are ahead here in this second, looking for the bounce back. Tie this matchup at 1 set apiece.
Yeah, they're able to keep Signal at bay.
Oh, it's called in. Service ace for the time being. Jao Mandal convinced that it sailed long.
Well, I think Coach Dexter has the best view.
Well, the referee will, our line judge is saying second to me, the best view. Because he was right there.
Yeah, but
He was right there.
when the Miguel asked him, "Are you sure?" Well, well, let's see.
Ito yung mga paborito kong challenge when you're right in front of the one who called it. And then there will be a conversation after.
Who has the best vision? 2020.
Sino yung pinakamalinaw?
Oh, it's
that
Coach
is
Dexter.
just a tad out.
Coach Dexter.
Yep. Successful challenge. That will be from an ace converted to a service error against Caritativo.
And much needed point for
Sure.
Signal.
Now the prettiest of receptions, limited options for Sanama. That's back-to-back points now for Signal.
The rare opportunity for Signal to score back-to-back points. They're hoping for a run here.
Yeah. Down by 6 points earlier, starting to work on it.
Chance.
Oh, for sure. Oh! Big time block from SAVOUGE.
That was Sanama all over that.
Sanama proving to be the X factor for this unit.
Yeah, when we talk about technique and blocking, Sanama has the same, has the skill.
Would have been long,
Yeah.
but kept alive by Prudenciado.
Oh, good dig.
And Arciso with the bump set. Chance ball though for Signal. They go to Umandal, sent back. Prudenciado sets it up. De La Noche picked up, but there will be a net touch against SAVOUGE.
I'm looking at Sanama saying that
Tuhod niya to yung
Tuhod.
tumama.
that's how high he jumps.
Oo nga, tuhod nga talaga. Still a 4-point lead for the Spin Doctors. Let's see if Guaza will be able to have success from the service area. No, he won't. An error, donating a point, the 20th for the Spin Doctors.
Yeah, you know, Signal's been struggling here in the second set. They can't seem to get a run. They can't seem to find their groove, their rhythm.
Double substitution now. Paglaon and the veteran Mads Gampong checking in for SAVOUGE.
Oh, that's another explosive player, Mads Gampong.
Does not take him a long time to heat up, no, Mads Gampong? Even if he just checked in. Well, was that his block? I think it is.
Let's check it out. Not too sure because Umandal was going cross.
Yep.
It
All his.
was true to form on cue.
Pulled off the bench to getting a kill block against Umandal. Bit of hesitation there from Umandal. Now they will attack from the other side. Good effort initially from JP Bogawan, but they cannot keep it in play.
The thing that's working with SAVOUGE is they're reading Signal's offense. They've been blocking.
Yeah.
Their net defense has been on point and actually spectacular here in the second set.
So now, an even bigger lead for the SAVOUGE Pin Doctors. 22-15.
Boy, who would have thought, right? After that first set.
Yeah. Where everything looked flat for them. Maglinaw announces his entry with a point.
That's what you want. You know, he doesn't get a lot of time in front. So once you get the set, it's a one-on-one, you put it away.
SAVOUGE caught off guard by that surprise attack from Maglinaw, as he'll have a timeout.
Ay, pwede ka dito ha. Dulo na ha. Pero ito, isolate natin to, maliit to. Mads, take advantage ha. Pasahan mo na natin, pare. Pasahan mo na natin.
22-16, napakalapit pa yan. Knowing Signal, kaya-kayang umabol. Let's play side-out game na lang, ha? Let's go.
You cannot assume that this is a one set already. That was a reminder coming from Coach Sydney. Even if they're up by 6 points right now, 22-16, Signal is a type of squad who can claw their way back into this.
Yeah, they have to be prepared.
Maglinaw, now back-to-back points. Sulit na sulit yung substitution for Coach Dex.
You know, Maglinaw is a star in his own right when he was with LaSalle.
Yeah. We saw the rise of that program when he was there with Campton. Meanwhile, a service error coming from De La Noche, an ill-timed one, as it gives SAVOUGE 6-point lead back, and more importantly, only 2 away from wrapping up this second set.
Yeah, the service game is not there for Signal. That's where they're struggling.
They go back to Maglinaw, picked up by Sanama. Caritativo, a bit below the ball actually. Now Maglinaw will just toss it across. One more chance to attack. That is Gampong hitting it off the block and out.
I think, yeah, it was out, but Maglinaw has been active here since he was put in by Coach Dex. Yeah, good call.
Instant impact from the vet, Mads Gampong. You know, Sanama will serve to win this set. It is in. It is in. It will be challenged again. Almost the same exact angle as the one challenged earlier.
Again, who has a better vision here, Coach Dexter or the linesman?
Because the one earlier was so close, Noreen. It was an inch outside.
The linesman probably saying, I can't make a mistake twice.
Oh, it's in. And he breathed a sigh of relief as we end this second set. One that is going to belong to the SAVOUGE Pin Doctors. Big bounce back performance, 25-17, as this battle for bronze is deadlocked, 1 set apiece. check, Mike.
Check test better, yeah. So far. Oo. Kanina okay naman.
Ah, may naaalala naman ako dito sa kanta nito. Nakilala kita sa di ko inaasahang pagkakataon. Hanap-hanap kay James Reid siya ka Nadine Lustre ata to. Ngunit pilitin mo bumabalik sa'yo. Ikaw pa rin palang hanap-hanap ka lang.
Nagulat din ako nang nalaman. Tensyonado. At sandali lang, huwag ka munang magsalita. Dito hayaan. Ito ay mawala na iniisip ko. Kung pwede pa ba tayo?
Third set coming up here in our bronze medal match for your 2025 Spikers Turf Invitational Conference. The first one dominated by Signal, but then it was the complete opposite for the second set, as it was the SAVOUGE Min Doctors in complete control to make sure that they will level this matchup.
Yeah, what a fight back. You know, what a bounce back second set it was for SAVOUGE. In all skills category, they really played well. They outplayed Signal in their own game, because Signal is a very good blocking team, but they outblocked Signal clearly in that second set. A lot of stops. You can see 5-2. I mean, Signal limited to 2 blocks. It also goes to show the great setting of NRC, so not giving the Signal defense too much chances. All really. The attacks, the blocks, the serve. So we can say whoever has a better blocking game will actually prevail. So that's what both teams actually want to do, because you don't want to be down a set here.
Because that was 0-0 for SAVOUGE in the first set in terms of skill blocks and service aces. Yes, we remind you that the Emirates NBA Cup 2025 is here on Signal. Watch the action this November to December on NBA TV Philippines and Pilipinas Live. See some of the members of Pro Volley witnessing the action. Could be flying out tomorrow, perhaps, after their stint here in the Invitationals. Syempre, you want to see the ending. You want to see the culmination of this.
Well, too short, but yeah, it is what it is. I'm talking about the conference being too short.
Kinda University again, that matchup for all the marbles will happen after this match for the bronze.
Here we go.
That will be off the block. Oh, check ball will score for SAVOUGE. Yung nakikita natin in the first 2 sets, there have been no comebacks. Whoever establishes control first will hold on to it until the end of the set.
Yeah, so far. And what a start. I mean, we did talk about the net defense.
And we've also been talking about the reckless abandon that Martin Bugawan is attacking with when he gets the opportunities from the middle.
Yeah, but in the second set, he was pretty silent. He was actually silenced by the defense of SAVOUGE.
Sanama, really the vertical leap of this guy is the reason why he can choose his options. Look at where the defense is at its weakest.
He's like having coffee in midair. No, but you know what you like from SAVOUGE, and Sanama's playing well. Now they're guessing, are they going to go to Calado? Are they going to go to Sanama? Everyone's a threat.
Pero ngayon, puro gitna ang puhunan ng Signal Super Spikers. Martin and JP Bugawan delivering the first 2 points for Signal here in the third set.
Yeah, you know, if you're Signal, you want to take advantage of this rotation because Narciso is the third blocker.
Oh, nice block. Complete denial from JP Bugawan.
And the Bugawan brothers are alive here in the third set.
One on a block.
Yeah. He knew the angle. That's what we always say about knowing your opponent's tendencies.
That is outside. Another service error. That will be his third of this match. Talking about Jerac de la Noche.
Yeah, we saw it in the toss. It was low and far. He had to chase it actually.
Lucky break there as that serve crosses. Good defense from SAVOUGE. Now Umandal. Check ball.
Yeah. Marcalado. You know, if you have high leapers, chances are they'll get a fingertip on the ball. That's how high Marcalado's hands are over the net.
Marcalado saying, yep, no need for a challenge. There was a check. Signal now leads 4-3. Not anymore. Another service error, this time from Jao Mandal.
Well, similar to the second set, the service department has not been there, or has been the weakness of Signal.
Okay, the Umandal kasi it's always high risk, high reward for him. Now a chance for SAVOUGE to attack. Calado gets it. And now it will be SAVOUGE getting some rhythm.
Well, again, if it's not Calado, you have Sanama, you have Caritativo. It's like they're really matching Signal pound for pound.
That serve long coming from Calado. As we're tied at 5 apiece.
Both teams, for that matter, they have to check these service errors. You want to see more action with the rallies and not the errors giving away points.
Because the floor defense has been good, has been solid from both camps. You want to see it in action.
Good dig.
But it crosses over. Sanama picked up, and then Silang able to set it up for Bugawan. Now a chance for SAVOUGE. That was checked. Silang with a set. Jao Mandal leaves it long on that back row attack.
Yeah. Well, he's struggling a bit here after a pretty strong first set. He's got to settle down, Jao Mandal. He needs to control his emotions or channel it.
Six serving, 5 Sanama on the line. Another back set. This one goes through but picked up by Calado. Calado on the attack. That will be an illegal attack. I think he stepped on the line.
Yeah. Rico Marmeto's actually saying, yeah, you thought you stepped on the line a bit. A bit.
Slight miscalculation coming from Calado. Donates a point to the Super Spikers. Provinciado picking it up. Silang sets it up. And it will be Wendell Miguel scoring.
Boy, he's simplifying his life, actually. Just hitting it off the blockers.
And sometimes he's a forgotten man in the offense with the Signal Super Spikers. But in terms of percentage, mataas pa rin talaga itong si Miguel. Another middle attack defended well that time. Caritativo is sent back by De La Noche.
Yeah, coverage has to work double time for SAVOUGE.
Now the blocking starting off well for the Signal Super Spikers here in the third set. That will send us to our first technical timeout of the third.
back here in the Spikers Turf Invitational Conference. Carlo, ito rin napag-usapan nyo kanina si Mark Calado about how after a slow performance in the eliminations ay binabawi niya naman sa semifinals. At napagkwentuhan nga namin yan ni Mark kanina. Sabi niya that during the eliminations, he was actually feeling burnt out because of training at yung biyahe back and forth for training. Kaya naman sa buong eliminations round, he was feeling tired, frustrated. He even lost a lot of weight. Ginawa niya yan ang paraan pagdating ng semis. He moved to a dorm para mabawasan yung biyahe. And that's why he says that he has been feeling more like himself. Pero para kay Mark, kailangan niyang bumawi sa team by helping get that bronze medal. At kung meron man siyang nakuha from his time with Signal, it's the relentless winning attitude that he is bringing this time with SAVOUGE. Carlo Nerin.
Alam mo, paminsan nakakapagod pa yung papunta tsaka pabalik ng bahay mo from traffic kaysa dun sa actual training. So it's a good idea for Calado to do just that. As we remind you that the first ever FIFA Futsal Women's World Cup is happening November 21 until December 7 at the Phil Sports Arena in Pasig City. So you can visit fifa.com/tickets for more details, or you can watch live by Filipinas Live, One Sports Plus, and RPTV.
Yeah, Shawi Caritativo, back-to-back attack points for him and SAVOUGE.
Tied at 8 now. Oh, the middle still activated, still aggressive coming from Signal as Bugawan Martin scores again.
Bugawan,
Martin,
comma, Martin.
M dot.
M dot. Well, yeah, I mean, it's a smart thing to go to the middles because they have been converting. That's a great serve.
That Caritativo has been a riddle that the defense of Signal has not been able to answer just yet.
You did predict it, Carlo. You did predict that Shawi Caritativo is going to get a lot of points today.
Because usually the most frustrated player of an elimination game will have a bounce-back performance. Kasi personally niya, he will really take that personally. And you can see how distraught Caritativo was after they lost their opportunity to make it into the finals.
Well, you've covered too many games and you should know.
And it crosses through different sports.
Yeah,
really.
yeah.
De La Noche, picked up by Sanama, quick reflexes. Silang with the set, De La Noche.
Oh, what a dig!
Defended by the defense out back for SAVOUGE. Oh! A block coming from the Spin Doctors. An emphatic point scored by SAVOUGE.
We did say whoever has great net defense or better net defense will eventually prevail. What a block by Nicolas.
Now Jao Mandal exits. Maglinaw comes back in for Signal.
Coach Deck searching for answers.
Caritativo gets it through. And now you sense momentum is on the side of the Spin Doctors.
And the confidence.
Biggest lead of this third set right now, forcing this time out from Signal.
Kailangan natin maka-side out right away. See. Reverse, pwede. Ulitin mo lang ulit. Sabi ko sa'yo, paluin mo ng line eh. Kasi bumibitin dito sa Carcanigo eh. O, side out lang eh. Hindi pa tapos. Let's go!
12-9 is the count in favor of the Spin Doctors, and it is at this exact stage where you feel it's make or break already. If SAVOUGE extends their lead, they will be able to control whatever happens here in the third set.
Yeah, and defense has been the key. Really, Diones, we have to say Diones has been digging and frustrating Signal. So it's changing, altering the way they're trying to attack. They're thinking too much.
Signal gets a break though with that service error from Narciso. Marmeto picks it up from behind. Calado, check ball.
All smiles for Mark Calado, and rightfully so.
Against two blockers, not enough. Send more his way, says Mark Calado. As they lead by 3.
Oh, what a dig.
Buwis buhay coming from Diones. Sayang yon as Sanama got overly aggressive.
Too excited.
Now we have another new player. This time it's Ronquillo, given an opportunity to come in to this matchup alongside EJ Casanya.
Yeah, Ronquillo did start a couple of games and he did play well for Signal.
That will score off the block for SAVOUGE.
And if we take from the second set, this is where SAVOUGE wants to be.
Yeah.
That 3-point lead, 4-point lead.
Gives you a bit of a buffer. Good serve. Casanya sets it up. Maglinaw is denied by Calado.
Doesn't matter who you put there. The defense of SAVOUGE just working to perfection.
You can sense that the movement is tense for the Super Spikers.
Yeah, I agree with that, Carlo.
And when push comes to shove, you go to your vet, you go to your team captain, you go to JP Bugawan, and he will definitely still deliver.
And even still, I mean, Caritativo was there. No, could have given a good dig.
Good serve from Maglinaw, but picked up by Marqueto. It turns out to be a quick for Torres.
The confidence, Carlo, it's really up there for SAVOUGE.
4-point lead heading into the second technical timeout of this third set. 16-12 for SAVOUGE.
Top 5 players ko sa Spikers Turf. Unang-una, si Mark Espejo. Siya yung isa sa phenom sa Philippine Volleyball. Number 2, Owaret Amar. Magaling mag-set. Number 3, Kim Malabunga, one of the explosive middle blockers. Number 4, Greg Dolor, kasi inaabangan ko kanyang pagbabalik. At ang number 5 ko, si Wendell Miguel, ang aming superhero.
Tibay at tatag, pinalakas sa Pilipinas sa 33rd Southeast Asian Games. Support our Filipino athletes from December 9 to 20. Exclusive on Signal platform. So that will be One Sports Plus, Pilipinas Live. I think PBA Rush will be airing the Gilas Pilipinas games as well. Signal will have new channels as well, exclusively airing Southeast Asian Games throughout December, as we have Signal getting a point back as they are eager to try and turn this third set around.
Yeah, they need a run. You know, you cannot play, or you cannot play to the pace of SAVOUGE. You don't want them to dictate if you're Signal.
Team captain JP Bugawan serving now his team down by 3. Another middle attack. This time it's defended well. That will be an overreach against Wendell Miguel, and immediately there will be a challenge coming from Coach Dex Clamor.
Yeah, he was the one who decided. He saw that exchange at the net.
The first 2 reaching beyond challenges were thrown down by Coach Sidney. 50%.
Yeah, 50%.
For Signal, it was ball in, ball out challenges also at 50%.
Redemption for the linesman.
Now let's see if this will favor. A Signal HD will try to find the best angle for it. And all these challenges crucial, especially pag ikaw yung naghahabol.
Counter challenge, we heard.
Oh, a net fault. Okay. I like the gamesmanship.
The chess match.
Walang magpapatalo.
Well, it seemed like the net did move. Okay, it's a good challenge. Even we want to know.
So of course, the net fault challenge, well, the net fault will overrule whatever happened with the reaching beyond. Or will they decide on what happened first?
It should be the one first.
I'm just happy I'm now judge. I will just wait for their decision. As you can see, just how important this exchange will be. Was there a net fault? No.
Okay. I was looking at the net another time. But, you know, I love that slow-mo because Wendell Miguel did a great job.
Ano eh. Lumanding ng Carlos Yulo eh.
They needed that point, though.
Yeah, for sure. And now it's down to a 2-point advantage for the Spin Doctors.
And again, if Narciso's in front, you need a score.
Sanama picked up by Miguel. Now they will have a chance to attack, but this is a toss over. Calado! That was a rocket that he sent to JP Bugawan.
Boy, Calado is feeling it here in this match. Respect for his
Former
seniors.
teammate,
Yeah.
Service ace. Sanama has been delivering here for the SAVOUGE Spin Doctors.
And it's really how they contribute, right? I mean, if it's not Calado, you have Sanama. So it takes the pressure off.
Yeah, this is a guy who did not even see action in their last game against Kinda University.
But he was
Meanwhile,
there? He was there?
I think so. Just did not play, but now getting all sorts of opportunities. Still, it will be the Spin Doctors protecting this 3-point lead, 18-15.
Again, liking where they are.
And we have not seen a set turnaround this late. Let's see if Signal can finally pull a comeback win off here in our third.
Boy, and Coach Dexter really shuffling his men.
Caritativo has been efficient with the opportunities sent to him by Narciso.
Yeah, again, you called it. Carlo, you called it.
Mark Calado, Caritativo, and then Sanama. That's all outstanding play here in this battle for bronze. Meanwhile, Miguel still fighting back for Signal.
Yeah, it's still possible. I mean, if a team can come back or make a comeback, it's Signal.
Yeah. Timeout for the SAVOUGE Spin Doctors protecting a 3-point lead.
Pinapa-ganon lang. So, Mark, ready ka ulit. Huwag ka munang masyadong bumaba para hindi ka mali pag-aakit mo yung bola, ha? Guys, time out ko lang. Okay? Relax tayo. Let's play side-out game na.
Go!
Okay, oy! Pakituloy. Okay, okay. Pakituloy. Okay, okay. 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 Okay,
Sabi ni Coach Sidney, pwede namang makipagpalitan na lang ng puntos. You're ahead by 3 points. Let's play side-out game as you see a few players. Nico Espartero, Benny Ceballos, watching the action.
Looking at where they may play in the future.
Sure. These two teams certainly great options. Lucky break there for SAVOUGE. As it will be another point for them to extend their lead to 4.
But it's funny because Coach Sidney said, relax. If you're SAVOUGE, you don't want them to relax because they play best when they're in beast mode.
And Narciso serving. He'll attack. Nabantayan. And Narciso goes to the quick. Kay Caritativo naman ngayon. Set back. Diones goes back to Shawi. Gets through. But there's a recovery on defense for Signal.
Another chance.
They go middle. Mistimed it. Oh, it's still alive. It's kept alive.
Well, if it is Diones who is in the receiving end, it's probably good.
But for Signal, because they called a halt to the action, they're betting a point on this, right? Because if it's unsuccessful,
SAVOUGE.
they give up a point to SAVOUGE.
But, you know, I mean, we've been talking about the defense and the reaction time of SAVOUGE. If that's a good ball, I mean, it's you love it because you know, it's dead but still alive. Ah, no. Okay.
Hindi umabot. Siguro kung size 11, itong si Diones, it would have been a good ball.
Yeah. What happened so fast, I didn't know it hit the foot. I thought it was the hand. Again, much needed point for Signal.
Where will they go to the quick? But that one is denied. Basang-basa nito si JP Bogawan. Now you can sense that a turnaround might be in the offing for Signal. Bit short also on that set coming from Nicolas.
And Narciso's got to check his options at this point. What has been working and, you know, don't risk it anymore.
And there's the percentage. Calado though, picked up by Martin Bogawan. Maglinaw, set back, block, goes out. Another point for Signal, forcing this time out from Coach Sidney as their lead is down to a single point. Recovery from Signal, fighting back here in the third set.
Saka dito mataas ang percentage natin. Ha, pwede mo munang gamitin at saka wag yung harap lang na pwedeng tumbang lang.
Labas ako, bayad ako.
Guys. Bawi tayo, walang mawawala ha, walang mawawala. Ang importante, focus tayo sa next point natin. Wag kayong magmamadali. Let's go.
Guys, papasahan namin. Convert kayo. JC ko na bahala. Papagalan namin.
Papayaan nyo isa.
Timeout just to arrest the momentum that's now starting to turn towards Signal Super Spikers.
The momentum has switched jerseys. It's now in black.
They go to Caritativo.
Wow.
It was touched and then saved by Ronquillo, sent over by Miguel. Back to Caritativo. Cannot deny him this time.
Well, the block was slow to close, and that's all Caritativo needed. That space. Pretty much a one-on-one.
May kumagat dun sa middle. Kaya bumukas para kay Caritativo. 2-point lead for SAVOUGE. Maglinaw hitting it off the block and out.
Boy, these are precious contributions from Vince Maglinaw.
And the smart hits coming from him. Does not have to be fancy. These are effective. Sanama. Too much angle. They will not challenge.
Yeah, Sanamo saying, no, it's my error, my bad. 21 all.
Side ball game, that will it be a check? It is called as a check in favor of the Spin Doctors, and it will be, I think, challenged by Coach Dex.
Oh yeah, I mean the referee called a check ball.
No, they won't. They will opt not to.
Okay, someone admitted in secret.
So 22-21. Lead goes back to the Spin Doctors. Casanya had to chase that ball. Maglina overcooks it. No touch. Now Coach Dex will challenge and look for a block touch.
Yeah, Torres and Calado saying no touch. Challenge all you want.
Sulit na sulit yung mga challenges dito sa ating third set. Because of how important this is to the cause of both these teams to try and win that bronze medal.
No touch.
No touch. (23-21), a 2-point advantage now for the Spin Doctors.
What a great response from SAVOUGE after Signal had leveled this set.
Good blocking. And then an awkward recovery coming from Signal. Perfect opportunity for SAVOUGE. Calado. Soft touch picked up by Miguel. Maglinaw off the check.
Yeah, Sanama said, I touched that. He went for it. He went for the high hands.
Hinabol talaga. That's Maglinaw scoring crucial points here for the Super Spikers.
Yeah, I was actually surprised with that hit from Calado. You don't like seeing that. You like the strong ones.
Oh, an ill-timed service error from the usually reliable Maglinaw. That is an error that will send SAVOUGE to set point.
And look who's back in to finish this. That's Kampong.
And Paglao, their setter, but before that, we will have a timeout with the Spin Doctors leading by 2.
Now, pag nakita mo na dumidikit doon, kailangan makapasa muna tayo plus double plus reception, ha? Para pwede natin ma-maximize itong gitna. So you have two options. Ito, o kaya si Wendell, nadudulo yung bola para si Wendell makapalo ng down the line. Isa na lang, pag naka-side out tayo. Now, we block and defense after. Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Let's go! Hey, Signal!
Coach Tai in attendance, watching this game to try and not think too much about the game coming up later.
He's just enjoying this bronze medal match.
And he's being treated to a good battle between Signal and SAVOUGE. That block will go out against Kampong. So one set point saved by Signal.
Yeah, that play according to plan as designed by Coach Dex.
We will see Schnacki getting his first opportunity to play. And then just as quickly as they came in, Kampong and Paglaon check out. And Narciso and Calado check back in.
Boy, you don't envy Schnacki's position. Well, first and foremost, they need a good serve.
JP Bogawan, the clean serve. And Narciso sets it up. Torres with a quick. And they go ahead here in this battle for bronze. The SAVOUGE Spin Doctors win the second and the third set. A connection between the setter and the middle blocker results to a point.
Yeah, Signal in a quandary right now.
Let's see if they can make the adjustments to battle back and extend this matchup to a fifth and deciding set. The fourth coming right up. After losing the first set 25-18, the SAVOUGE Spin Doctors score back-to-back 25-17, 25-23 sets. As we take a look at some of the highlights, it was a good battle early, but once again, it was SAVOUGE that got some distance midway through that set. And even if Signal was able to battle to a deadlock, SAVOUGE had a better finishing kick.
What you like from SAVOUGE is they're playing consistent volleyball. The people that you hope will contribute, like Lad or Sanama, they are contributing, but then you give it to Caritativo, you give it to Nicolas, everyone is contributing. That's why it's so hard for Signal to find an answer, because everyone is playing to the limit of their potential today, right? You're right, Signal did challenge, however, SAVOUGE is just so focused in today's game. They want the bronze, they're hungry, and you and I, we feel it. You know, we're covering the game. We feel it from SAVOUGE. Signal has got to find an answer. They've been shuffling their roster, I mean their lineup of whoever's starting, and they can't seem to find the right six to counter this SAVOUGE onslaught. So maybe go back to basic, you know, go back to Jao Mandal, not to take anything away from
anyone else.
From anyone else. I mean, you know, the sixes that you try to use, they're not working. So we'll see.
Got a little bit from Rotter in the first set, and then nothing in the second, so he didn't play in the third. So let's see what kind of consistency Coach Dex Lamore will be able to get from his squad, because they're fighting to keep their podium run going here in our Spikers Turf competitions. It will be Rotter getting an opportunity.
Coach Dex heard you.
To play here in the fourth set, joining JP Bugawan and Maglinaw. We did not see them play together, Rotter and Maglinaw.
Yeah. But it was Maglinaw who actually subs Jao Mandal. So Rotter is in for J. Rack de la Noche. So interesting six for Signal.
From the back row, quick point from Sanama. This guy only knows one way to do things. That is all out, full speed, jump as high as you can.
Again, their psyche today is on a different level.
Oh, even that quick was defended well. And they get a kill block courtesy of Nicolas, who has been consistent. I mean, in the few touches that he was able to get, maganda yung porsyento nito si Nicolas, and of course that solid defense helping out the Spin Doctors.
You know, I feel the addition of Nicolas to the six of Coach Sydney is like the missing puzzle piece.
Change. He played in the second set, and then They won the second and the third. Getting a touch there. Unfortunately, it goes out against them. But Calado has come to play for the Spin Doctors. 3-1 advantage now.
Well, what a start for SAVOUGE. And if we use the first few sets as the benchmark, you did mention it, whoever has a strong start normally prevails.
Another kill block. Again, they did not get a single kill block in the entire first set.
Yeah.
2 of their first 4 points now in the fourth are blocks.
Net defense working for SAVOUGE, and that has been the trend also, whoever has good net defense.
Nicolas will continue to serve. That's picked up by Narciso. Bump set, Sanama, too much on the angle, cross court falling away.
But he doesn't want the drops, he just wants the hit, like he said, all out.
One speed.
One speed.
No, one speed.
And you cannot fault
Oh,
him
for
for
sure.
that. No, a lot of people say, well, pwede naman i-drop. Well, you cannot fault him for that.
Di siya ganun eh. Di ba? Parang that's just not who he is. This is how he is. Sanama gets it right back.
He is saying this is how you do it.
But how about that one-handed set coming from Narciso? It's ably done.
And Narciso has been really good in this entire conference.
That one will bounce out and in favor of the Signal Super Spikers off the block.
But still,
Yeah.
you get somebody on the middles. Good
Good
pass.
reception. Now Sanama finds a gap in the defense. This explosive athleticism coming from him.
Again, what is working for Coach Sydney is everybody who is called upon contributes.
With only the blocking of the setter Silang to beat, Sanama will give that point right back with a service header.
It's like somebody threw ice water at Sanama here. Cool down. Heat check.
But still, they're up 6-4 with Maglinaw serving. Another error. Again, usually he's super reliable when it comes to that.
Yeah, not a time for them to doubt. You know, you have nothing to lose. You're down 2 sets. If you go on to lose this, that's it. You break that 15 podium finish streak. You want to keep that alive. So it's time to just, you know, forget and just play your game.
Where will the defense go? That will be Rotter sending it off the block and out against Caritativo.
You know, Steve Rotter had a great game against Kinday.
Yeah.
This could be the time that you want to feed Steven Rotter.
Martin Bogawa now serving for Signal. Sanama still finding ways to score. And that will lead us to our first technical timeout. 8-5, a 3-point lead for the Spin Doctors.
back here in the Spiker Surf Invitational Conference. Though it's not looking like much of a problem right now, SAVOUGE is still missing the services of Hero Austria, who suffered a right ankle sprain right after their semifinals match versus Signal. Sabi ni Hero, kahit may konting panghihinayang, kampante siya that his teammates can step up and fill the gap. Says that he's happy that his teammates can get the spotlight they deserve. Nasaksihan daw ni Hero ang pag-angat ng SAVOUGE from when they first joined the Spiker Surf last year. At kung dati, a win versus CIGNAL might be a long shot, ngayon naniniwala sila that this team is more than capable of getting that medal, even if it is against Signal. Carlo Nareen.
Thank you for that report, and you can see si Hero as we are the top cheerleader now para sa kanyang koponan. But I wanted to make this point earlier. This might be the most difficult bronze medal to win because you have, again, a perennial championship contender in Signal fighting for the same medal. Kaya nakikita mo how big this is. Yes, it will be a bronze medal at the end of the day for whoever wins this matchup. Pero ang hirap ng kailangan mong daanan to be able to get to the podium.
Oh yeah, I mean, both these teams, like you said, especially Signal, they want a podium finish no matter what, to continue a run. But SAVOUGE is just such a hungry team. You can feel it.
9-7 is the score. Sanama has been the difference maker here in the fourth set.
Going over the blocker. You have to see this again. Over Steve Rotter. That's not easy. That's really not easy.
Dan Nicolas serving for SAVOUGE. Keeping his service short, and he gets an ace.
Dan Nicolas, the little contributions seem so big.
And you have to feel a little bad for Prudenciado because he's the lone libero, basically, because the other one wearing a red jersey is Vince Apollo, who is not a libero for Signal, who will call a timeout.
Dapat tayo kagad din nakaka-side out. Be more confident. Pag nasa loob ng court, pagpapasa, be more confident. Okay, next. Wash na. Side out. Habulin natin.
Let's go! Hey, Signal!
Sa kabila kasi pwedeng magpalitan sila Diones and Marmeto, and they've done tremendous defense for the SAVOUGE Spin Doctors. On that side though, on Signal side, it's just Prudenciado.
And I think he is a rookie.
So now a 4-point lead for the Spin Doctors, 11-7. Another short serve. Rotter. That is called out. No touch. No challenge either. And that's a 5-point lead for SAVOUGE.
And SAVOUGE, when they're comfortably ahead like this, they look good.
Yep. They're good at protecting leads. They can maintain momentum. Rotter picked up by Narciso. Calado sends it across. Silang back to Rotter. That one will go out off the block and a point for Signal.
Well, what a dig by Narciso.
Nakatingin pa eh.
He didn't move. He didn't budge.
I doubt we will see that, as we will see this point instead of the block coming from Rotter.
Well, Rotter, he's not perfect, but he needs to take over here.
Sanama. That's called out.
It's like the crowd of SAVOUGE ready to erupt, and then it's out.
Yep.
It's out.
And his teammates told him that it was out. Let it go. Let's just try to win that point another way. They go back to Sanama. That ball bouncing off of him.
That's a huge block, a huge stop for Signal. I think that was Steven Rotter.
Now, Coach Sydney will call a timeout dahil nakikita niya na baka paikot yung momentum. Rotter sending it back. And Signal also on their way back here in the fourth set.
Utak-utak tayo. Okay, again, remind ko kayo ulit. Out of system na pass, taas sa inyo, recycle natin, counter-attack. Okay? Pag hindi maganda ulit, pag may dalawang blocker, 4 na kamay, gamitin mo, Sai. Huwag mo nang idiin yung palo.
discard lang.
Okay, let's go.
Well, at least you're still up by 2 points. That is where you're coming from for the SAVOUGE Spin Doctors, even with Sanama being checked or making attacking errors. Spin Doctors still ahead here.
And normally they do well after a timeout.
Oh, but the defense now clicking all of a sudden for Signal.
Boy, Rotter, how big has he been in this charge?
JP Bugawan serving to tie the score at 12 apiece. They go to the quick, and there was no defense.
Boy, Torres is thanking his lucky
Yep.
stars for that. It was like a
Missed
miss
hit.
hit. Yeah. Whoa!
Nadaplisan pero pumasok yung bola, kaya dalawa ang abante ng SAVOUGE. Good pickup from Martin Bugawan. They go back to Rotter.
Oh, good
Diones
save.
dives for it. Sanama will send it across. Chance ball for the Super Spikers. Rotter will score again.
They have been going to the same play, but SAVOUGE is thinking twice who to defend, and finally, Rotter gets a one-on-one there. What a fourth set.
Spectacular battle between both these teams. The reception from Marmeto. Sanama scores on the check.
They're gonna challenge. Are they gonna challenge?
I don't think so.
Oh, they called the check. Okay, the referee called the check.
Now a substitution as De Pedro checks in for the first time in this contest for serving purposes.
And
Bigyan din ng
defense.
konting pahinga si Sanama.
Yeah, yeah. And defense.
That will be a point for Signal courtesy of Maglinaw.
Yeah, hitting it off the blockers. If you're SAVOUGE, you want to add to this lead, and you've been pretty successful throughout the second, third, and third set in doing so.
In our first 3 sets, Noreen, whoever had the lead at the second technical timeout won it. That's quick and simple. That is a service ace.
How huge is that? They hear you. Signal's working on it. They want to force a 5th set.
Maglinaw, even with a couple of service errors earlier, stays aggressive. And that ace ties the count at 14.
Oh.
Another good one. Over reception. And that will be a point for Signal. They push themselves ahead.
Boy, you love Maglinaw's attitude. Seriously. He had a lot of service errors.
Miguel scores off of that gift from the defense of SAVOUGE. Now Maglinaw, another jump serve pulled back this time. Calado levels the count at 15.
Boy, Mark Calado has been solid and consistent today.
Fighting for the bronze medal, these two teams giving it their all. Deadlocked at 15. They go to Wendell. Miguel picked up by De Pedro, but there was a net touch against Nicolas, and it will be Signal against all odds heading into the second technical timeout, leading 16-15 against the Spin Doctors.
may top 5 players sa Spikers Turf. Una is si Shawi Caritativo. Si Shawi kasi all-around player siya. Kaya niyang gawin lahat. Pangalawa is si Wendell Miguel from Signal H Spikers. Sobrang versatile din niya. And pangatlo is si Kuya Rico Marmeto. Pagdating sa passing or sa reception, okay na okay yung passing niya. The next is Vince Imperial. Kahit maliit siya, kaya niyang mag-block. Sa utility naman is, I think, is si Steven Ruther. Sobrang okay siya maglaro and ang hirap niyang blockin.
Gut check time for the SAVOUGE Spin Doctors as they built the lead and now lost it. Signal enjoying a 1-point advantage, 16-15 at the business end of this fourth set.
SAVOUGE needs a point. And yeah, when you need a point, you go to Mark Calado.
16 apiece. Anxious moments awaiting us.
He was actually far from the attack line.
Now it will be Narciso serving. Has done a tremendous job of spreading the wealth for the SAVOUGE Spin Doctors throughout this matchup. Casanya goes to Ronquillo, and Narciso bumps it up. Calado sent back. Diones recovers. Back to Calado. Picked up by Casanya. They go to Wendell Miguel, who will score.
Come on! Seriously, the blockers were there, but Wendell Miguel just
doesn't care.
Yeah, doesn't care.
He don't care one bit. As he just barged through them.
Oh, come
right
on.
between.
Yeah. You really appreciate these slow-mos. Ooh, what a serve.
Super aggressive on that serve. Caritativo hits it across. Casanya with a set. Miguel again!
When we talk about the go-tos, Wendell Miguel has been so efficient.
Delivering 2 pressure-packed points for the Signal Super Spikers. Wendell Miguel forcing this time out from the Spin Doctors.
Whether hard ball, short ball, assume na natin lahat para maka-receive tayo na maayos, para maka-atake tayo, ha? Okay, balik tayo ulit. Balik tayo.
Coach Sidney reminding the Spin Doctors that still far from done. 18-16, they're down by 2 with momentum now on the side of the Super Spikers who want to force a 5th deciding set.
Yeah, Coach Dex, you know, again, calculated risks on his end, putting in this 6 that's working so far.
Ronquillo getting opportunities. Gets his serve across. Caritativo with a hammer.
Well, the block was late. Dan Nicolas was able to play decoy. Caritativo has been consistent today.
Yeah. Sure, might be the best percentage among the attackers. For the SAVOUGE Spin Doctors as Sanama checks back in for De Pedro. They go back to Miguel. Caritativo was there. Sanama denied. Diones dives for it.
Wow!
That block goes out. And Wendell Miguel comes up hurt.
What happened? Gotta see it.
Happened on the other side. Might be that collision
With JP
with
Bogawan.
JP Bogawan. Caught him at a bad angle. But you know that this guy is a warrior. He will stay on the floor for the Super Spikers.
It is a tied game.
Pick up for Narciso. Diones sets it up. Sanama sends it out. Couple of attacking errors from Sanama here in this fourth.
Yeah, that's what good defense will do for you. He got blocked. Now he's like being cautious,
Yeah,
you know. You
yeah.
have to erase that. Play your game.
Back to a 1-point lead for Signal.
Ooh!
Maglinaw, mishit, but there's a check. Nicolas admits to it. 2-point lead now for Signal.
Boy, you know, after SAVOUGE tied this at 18, great response by Signal.
Must-score situation. And you go to Calado, your main man. He delivers.
Absolutely. Mark Calado has just been really there for... He's a pillar of strength for SAVOUGE.
Every time things get difficult, you know you can bank on him to rise above. But they're still down by 1. Rotter picked up, and Narciso sets it up. Calado! No touch. Says our referees, it's called out. It will be challenged for a block touch.
Oh, Maglinaw is urging Coach City to challenge. He was the one who made that motion challenge.
Will it be a tie or will it be a 2-point lead for the Super Spikers? We'll find out in the next few moments as we have another contentious call coming up here on the block touch.
These are crucial moments and tense moments.
And all of this is happening before our championship match that is still going to come up right after. No block touch.
Yeah. Well,
2-point lead for Signal.
Yeah, and SAVOUGE got to forget about it.
Yeah,
You're just down
yeah.
by 2. It is manageable, especially the way you're playing today.
JP Bugawan serving. Not a best reception, but they make something out of it.
Oh.
It is kept alive though. A chance for SAVOUGE. They go to the quick, and that goes out.
Yeah, trying to avoid the blockers too much.
To your point, the Spin Doctor is veering away from what made them successful in the second and third sets.
Yeah, you have one blocker. You know, you don't have to go for those acute angles.
And that block will score for Signal. All of a sudden, a huge 4-point lead late here in the fourth set.
Yeah. And these are the 6 that's actually working hard. You can talk about the new insertions or additions in Maglinaw and Rotter.
Sanama sent back. Caritativo with the second touch. Calado denied. Caritativo with a dive. Sanama can't send it across. You love the effort, but it will not be enough.
Yeah. Yeah, they tried, you know, but the blocks were just phenomenal here towards the end of the fourth set. It's like a wall that they can't break.
SAVOUGE shied away from the moment. There were 2 particular opportunities where they could have gone aggressive, but they didn't. And now it's a set point. It's a kill block. In a battle this good, Noreen will have to go to a 5th set. It is what the volleyball gods willed into existence. A race to 15 between the SAVOUGE Spin Doctors and the Signal Super Spikers to determine who will take home the bronze medal here in your 2025 Spikers Turf Invitational Conference. Signal winning the first and the fourth. SAVOUGE the second and the third. So a fifth set. Here we go. SAVOUGE Twin Doctors, Signal Super Spikers. This matchup for a podium finish will head to a fifth and deciding set. Check out the highlights of set 4. It was SAVOUGE who got the jump first, but Signal battled back. They furiously came back into this matchup late in the set. They recovered, and their defense won it in the end.
You know, for me, any other team probably would just buckle up and, buckle and then fold, because SAVOUGE was on a rampage after the second, the third, and in the fourth set. But a team like Signal with championship experience, with a lot of heart, just prevailed, their will to win. And look at the numbers. Actually, they were out-attacked by the Spin Doctors, but the blocking came into play, and it was crucial. And one thing Spin Doctors have to address is their errors. The 7 as compared to 2, very clean set for Signal, did it for them. They have to minimize their errors, and you cannot be complacent at any point of the set. You have to play at a certain level from start to finish, because after all, this is the bronze medal match, not gold.
Yep, bronze medal match. The effort is golden between these two teams.
Yeah.
As we check out our Spikers Turf fans who have joined us here in San Juan in attendance to witness 2 classic matchups in the offing. PNBF President Tony Boyliao, of course, Coach Tai Bundit.
Groovy.
Like the jacket.
Yeah.
And the additional complication here for SAVOUGE is that finally, it looks like Coach Dexter Clamor already figured out the 6 that will work out for him, and he's sticking to that team here in the 5th.
Well, that's why he's getting paid the big bucks to coach. He knows what he's doing. He's making all these, calculated risks. He knows who to put in, and he's not afraid to really, he trusts his boys, whoever he puts in.
We open the 5th set with Signal serving. Calado. Oh, there was a net touch against Signal, and when your defense is overly aggressive and getting blocks, this will happen from time to time.
Yeah. Well, they were successful towards the end of that 4th set. Huge monster blocks there, but you like that start from Calado. He's calmed down a bit. Whoa!
That was loud coming from Miguel.
What an inspiration he has been for the team. Yeah, hit the blockers, didn't even expect. You'll expect, but he's the last option for you.
This is a player who has always performed with his heart on his sleeve. Meanwhile, a point will now be given to the SAVOUGE Twin Doctors. Signal saying, well, I don't think they will challenge. I think there was slight touch coming from Rotter.
Yeah. He's the only one there.
2-1 for the Spin Doctors. They go to Rotter. Chased down by De Pedro. Caritativo. Blocked.
The net defense has been big for Signal.
And because it was off system, that was all you could do for Caritativo.
But you notice, especially in today's game, not a lot of drops.
Yeah.
It's really power for power, pound for pound.
They go back to Caritativo. Apologizes as he knew he sent that one out.
Well, you want to get that back if you're Shawi Caritativo. You've been playing so well the entire game. A few humps, right? Here and there, you just got to forget about it.
But now you know that the blocking of Signal is on the minds. The Spin Doctors. Silang sets it up. Maglinaw was sent back. Rotter goes cross-court, picked up by Calado. And Narciso goes back to Calado. That will be in.
Yeah, they called it in. First referee called it in.
Immediately a challenge coming from Coach Dex Clamor. Has most of his squad on the floor saying it should be out. We will see in just a moment again. In a fifth set, all points are crucial.
Well, I'm looking at Vince Maglinaw. It looks like he's cramping up. They're spraying him.
And you were noting that he was not able to get too many opportunities to play. That is in, touching the line.
Yeah.
Unsuccessful challenge coming from Coach Dex. And this might come into play because you'd want a challenge late in this set.
Yeah.
Mark Calado, explosive, 21 points so far. They go to a quick, and that works out. Another point for Signal.
Yeah, that's just a great set because they haven't been going to the middles. You know, towards the end of the fourth set, it was all outside, opposite, all wing hitters. So it's a good change-up.
Straight to the net, coming from Rotter. Back to a deadlock, 4 apiece. Sanama will check back in for De Pedro.
You know, I think Coach Sidney take Sanama out to like cool him.
Yeah.
I mean, don't get frustrated. Don't get frustrated. You know, get back in the game.
Get him leveled out before he gets unleashed once again. That is an off the check, almost point for Maglinaw, but the rally will continue. Chance Baldo for Signal. They go to Maglinaw, and he finds the line.
Silang played it smart. That's a great set, setting up that one blocker, that one-on-one.
Maglinaw, a game changer for the Signal Super Spikers here in this match. Gives him a 1-point lead, 5-4.
Well, Ronquillo back in. He had great minutes in the fourth set.
Back row attack for Calado. Will score.
Yeah, Martin Bugawan took the bait and went for the quick. So Mark Calado had pretty much an open look.
Finding that corner perfectly placed.
He can place it with 3 blockers. What more loose blocks?
Wendell Miguel picked up by Calado. And Narciso back to Calado. That is off the block and out. And Martin Bugawan comes up hobbling as well. He might be starting to cramp up as well.
Yeah, he has been. Yeah, you're right. He has been hobbling.
Forcing the hand of Coach Dex Clamor to send in his other middle blocker in Guasa.
Well, as much as he wants to play, when you're cramping, that's going to be really tough.
Casanya sets it up. Wendell Miguel hammers it home.
Wendell Miguel. Wendell Miguel.
Yep. He has done this before in the toughest games for Signal throughout this outstanding run of making it to the podium. 15 straight conferences. There will be games where he will just inject life into their cause.
Yeah.
They go to a quick picked up by Maglinaw. Casanya sets it up. Miguel again!
Oh! And he's just playing it smart, you know? You saw the little angle to goal line.
And we have a timeout now coming from SAVOUGE.
Good intention yung JC, pero let's play percentage point. Saan yung percentage point natin? Ito at saka dito, pwede yan, ha? Okay guys, pero huwag kayong magsawa, pumasok pa rin ang pumasok. Isa lang yan, guys. Focus tayo, forget about it. Focus tayo sa next point. Go! Go!
7-6, a 1-point lead for the Signal Super Spikers. Courtesy of Wendell Miguel.
You see that?
Yep.
The no
look away. Cadiz liking that down the line hit. Beating the defense. Now the Spin Doctors now, they'll try to add on to this advantage with Guaza serving. Oh! Ill-timed service error from Guaza.
Well, we've seen a lot of that, you know, in today's game. Those hard serves. Oh, this is a good rotation for SAVOUGE. Full front line.
And it is kept alive, recovered by Miguel. And Narciso sets it up. Calado powers it home.
Blockers were there, but he finds that little gap.
So after the timeout, back-to-back points for the SAVOUGE Spin Doctors, and they will be ahead by 1 as we change court. Midway mark of our 5th and final set.
But you have to give credit also to the blocking of Nicolas. He made a stop there to that Bugawan attack, and then they got the opportunity to score. So, what's our running time?
Oh, 2 hours, 14 minutes, I believe.
Neil is still relaxing there in the back. He's covering the gold medal match.
I'm sure the gold medal match will be just as hot or even more hotly contested between Kendall University and the Crisscross King Crunchers. But still, bronze medal first up for grabs. Wendell Miguel has owned this 5th set for Signal.
Yeah, I totally agree. He's feeling it. So much confidence.
That's a champion's pride for you. Doesn't matter if it's for the title or for a bronze. He attacks each and every game with the same kind of intensity.
And passion, right?
8 apiece. Silang will serve.
So it's full front versus full front. 3x3.
Expect fireworks. They will go to Sanama. And just when you forget about his existence, he announces that he's still here, delivering a crucial point for SAVOUGE.
Well, that's why Coach Sidney would put him in the bench to make people forget.
Lead shifts back to SAVOUGE, but Sanama giveth and he taketh away. 9-all after that service error.
Again, for Sanama, not a time to doubt yourself. Go for your serve, you know, go play your game.
Wendell Miguel now serving. Calado is denied.
Come on!
A mighty block from the team captain, JP Bugawan.
Yeah, and you know, even if he hasn't had a lot of sets, he's been quiet, None bigger than that.
10-9, a 1-point lead for Signal. Not anymore, says Caritativo.
Yeah, great response. There were iffy moments for Shawi Caritativo, but yeah, I mean, that should erase all doubt.
This can't end at 15, Noreen. It's too good. It's too freaking good to end at 15 points. As we're all tied up at 10 apiece.
Oh, good pass.
Rotter off the check.
That stumble, that little stumble, made all the difference for Sanama.
Now a 1-point lead for the Super Spikers. Sanama could not get to it. 11-10 for Signal.
Oh!
Too long for JP Bogawan. Ill-timed service error.
And you know, any service error, especially in the fifth set, is ill-timed.
Now we have a double substitution. This worked for Coach Sidney earlier in the game as Paglaon and Mads Gampong check back in.
11-all.
They go to Rotter. Picked up by Diones. Paglaon sets it up. Caritativo.
Good dig.
Miguel with it. Maglinaw. There was a check. There was a check.
Yeah, he did target the hands of Mads Kampong.
You can see Coach Dexter Clamore telling Steven Rotter to believe in himself, not think about anything else. Outside the serve as they lead by 1. Bronze medal on the line for SAVOUGE and Signal. And that 15 conference streak of podium finishes also on the line for Signal Super Spikers.
Hang on to your seats.
Rotter has had his challenges from this service area. Gets this one through. Caritativo sent back and the block scores.
Boy, that was Silang with that stuff block. Silang standing tall amongst the land of the giants there with that monster block.
It was one-on-one. He was left on an island and he delivers.
Yeah. And this 2-point advantage is a luxury for any team.
Steven Rotter serving. Good serve! That's an ace!
Coach Dexter told him to believe in himself, and that is exactly what he is doing.
With all those service errors earlier, doubt can creep into your heads.
True.
But
True
with the
that.
help of his head coach, Rotter shaking it off. And now they're at the cusp of winning bronze.
Ooh,
Another
serve.
mighty serve from Rotter. Now Caritativo to stay in this game. Picked up for the kill. Maglinaw. That is long. Oh, it's called as a touch. It's called as a touch.
Yep.
But it will be challenged.
And Narciso is not saying anything at this point.
And it will be challenged by the Spin Doctors unless they get a successful challenge. This bronze medal will slip away from their grasp as we're all waiting with bated breath on what the result of the video replay will be.
What about Vince McLean now cramping and all, asking for that ball? Ooh.
No.
Look, yeah.
Looks like it went between. So replay on. Not done yet. 14-12.
You did say 15 is not enough.
But I think there will be a net touch challenge.
Another challenge from Signal.
From Signal this time, a net fault challenge will be the request. Kasi tinanong ni Coach Dex how many challenges do I have remaining? Sabi niya, dalawa pa. Okay, let's use one up now. Whatever the result might be.
They have one more.
Yep.
Okay.
Was there? I don't think so. I don't think so.
Yeah. Why were they cheering?
Signal wanted to see something. Na Mandela effect silang lahat. They all thought they saw the same thing.
No, in their minds, the net moved.
It did not. So, Coach Dex Lamore will call a timeout. Their lead is at 2 points, 14-12. Let's listen in.
Siyan, setter in front. Okay, setter in front. Kung kaya natin mag-plus, double plus, better. But you will not do this. Quick. Okay. Quick. Okay? Pwede ka magbigay ng quick. Sige, ganito. Listen. Kung kaya natin dalhin dito yung pasa, better. Ngayon, pag nag-play dito, makikita mo kagad pag nandito eh. Pag nakita mo kagad nandito dito, di ba? Now, pwede ka mag-d-ball. Be ready. Okay? You play quick. Pag nakita mo dito, reverse. Pero pag nakita ka, kaya ano,
SAVOUGE must score 2 points more to extend this matchup. Maglinaw. That is called no touch.
But
again, the call on the floor was no touch.
Yeah, no touch.
And now a block touch challenge requested by Signal. You can see Sanama cramping up. Down right now, but again, this bronze medal is on the line for the third straight time because of a challenge.
This is taking longer than it should. Running time.
You just love the drama between these two teams. Was there a touch? There was a clip. That ring finger.
Yeah. There was a block touch, and that was actually the gameplay of Coach Dexter to hit it off the blockers. What a game.
A team as good as Signal, a bronze medal is never your goal in any given tournament, but sometimes you just have to recover, bounce back, and still end this conference with a bang, and that's exactly what they did, losing the second and third sets, recovering to extend this matchup to a 5-setter, and in the end, pulling out all the stops will be the Signal Super Spikers to claim the bronze medal and keep their streak at the podium alive here in our Spikers Turf competition.
Yeah, some great coaching from Coach Dexter Clamore. You know, he was struggling. I mean, he's 6. They were struggling. He kept finding a 6, finding a right 6, and he finally found it. You have to mention Vince Maglinaw, Steven Rotter, even Ronquillo, and Casania. You know, they played big. But I guess SAVOUGE also saying, we've arrived. You know, we are contenders here, and watch out for us next conference.
That is 16 straight podium finishes for the Signal Super Spikers, and Maglinaw gets a prolonged hug from Coach Dex Clamor because, I mean, where would they be without his effort in this ball game, winning the first, the fourth, and the fifth set to bag the bronze medal here in our 2025 Spikers Turf Invitational Conference.
You're still watching the Spikers Turf Invitational Conference between two teams playing through heartbreak, pride, and heart on the line. It is the Signal Super Spikers bringing home the bronze. And of course, I'm here with our winning coach, Coach Dexter. Of course, our best player of the game, Wendell Miguel. Coach Wendell, congratulations.
Thank you.
Sa panalo, 5 sets. Coach, I want to start with you. Your team was able to drag the game. SAVOUGE was up by a set. Napaabot nyo ng 5th set and then nakuha ninyo ang panalo. What can you say about the heart na pinakita ng team in this game?
Yes, exactly, the heart. Yun talaga yun eh. Lalo na yung mga second stringer mo, especially Vince Maglinaw na nag-step up.
Yes.
Sobrang nagpapasalamat ako sa naging tulong nila. Yung mga nasa bench talagang they really want to contribute all throughout the game. Hindi kami bumitaw, even the 4th set na lamang na sila ng malaki. Pinakita namin na kahit anong mangyari, hindi kami bibitaw at hindi pa natatapos ang laban. And si Lord yung nagbigay sa amin ng panalo. So tingin ko, deserve naman namin dahil sa sobrang daming pinaghirapan, naging experience namin for this conference.
Definitely, Coach Wendell, punta tayo sa'yo. After the 3rd set, nakita kita, you were visibly frustrated after that 3rd set. Pero sa 4th set and sa 5th set, you came alive. Grabe yung performance mo. What fueled that?
Ang hirap, pero ako, isa lang naman yung iniisip ko lagi every time. Naniniwala ako sa mga nakapaligid sa akin. Kaya nung pagdating ng 4th set, parang sabi ko, hindi pwede. Hindi pwedeng matalo kami. Hindi pwedeng matapos yung taon namin na malungkot. Sabi ko nga, parang kailangan lang nila na, alam mo yun, enjoyin yung volleyball. Yung pressure naman, lagi naman nandun eh. Pero yeah, tulad nga ng 4th set, in-enjoy lang talaga namin yung volleyball ng 4th set hanggang 5th set na, tapos yun, pinusuan lang talaga.
Pinusuan. Coach, balik tayo sa'yo. I know that Signal is no stranger to winning, but how special is this bronze medal for the team?
Special, still special for us kasi for the past 8 or 7 years, I guess, hindi kami nawawala sa championship. Special kasi kahit na kulang kami, kahit na may mga key players kami na nasa national team, naging worth it yung sacrifices ng national team players at yun nga, nag-step up yung mga naiwan. So sobrang proud ako sa mga naiwan. Sobrang proud ako na still podium finish kami for this year bago matapos ang taon.
Coach Wendell, before I let you go, a lot of fans have been supporting you. Manalo, matalo ang Signal. Supportado kayo ng fans. What is your message to all of the fans supporting you?
Sa lahat ng sumusuporta sa Signal Super Spikers, nagpapasalamat po kami. And syempre sa management ng Signal, maraming salamat po. At sa mga fans na sumusuporta sa amin, lalo na sa Spikers Turf, sana po patuloy po kayo sumuporta and yun po.
Thank you so much. Go ahead, Coach.
Of course, nagpapasalamat kami sa Signal Management, kay JJB, kay Sir Ogie, kay Sir Pao, kay Sir Miguel, kay Ma'am Shena, sa lahat ng mga taong naniwala pa rin sa amin hanggang sa matapos ang conference, yung pamilya namin, yung friends namin, yung pamilya ng mga players, ng mga coaches. Yung girlfriend daw ni Wendell. Hindi, sa totoo lang, malaking boost sa amin kahit na hirap kami for this conference. But yung support system na nakapaligid sa amin, sobrang laking bagay. Kaya na-activate namin yung conference na to na at least bronze pa rin ang nakuha namin.
Well, congratulations once again, Coach Dex and Wendell. We look forward to the super and awesome things that you guys will do moving forward. Thank you so much and congratulations once again. Balik muna sa inyo, Carlo Narin.
Maraming salamat, Ms. Doreen Soy Baguio. We'll be checking out the highlights of that memorable fifth set, the ebb and flow, the tug of war between these two teams, the bronze on the line.
Well, what else can we say? It could have gone either way. It was a difference of a few points. But what we saw towards the end of the fifth set is exactly what Wendell Miguel said. Hindi pwede. You know, we don't want to lose. We're not going to go down. And they just, like crawled their way out of that fifth set. Nothing to take away really from SAVOUGE because they played a spectacular game, but a team really has to lose. And we saw it in all the sets. Which team has the blocks will go on to win, and Signal showing us why they're a top blocking team really was a force to be reckoned with at the net, and that changed the entire complexity of this game.
16 straight podium finishes for the Signal Super Spikers, but because they have the bronze, that means that we will have a first-time champion here in our Spikers Turf competitions, here in our Invitationals. The battle, the last one, between the Crisscross King Crunchers and Akindai University will be coming right up. So for Miss Doreen Soy Baguio, for Miss Doreen Go, I'm Carlo Pamentuan. Do stick around because the finals, the championship matchup is coming up next.